Have you ever noticed something strange? The person who does everything right, who never makes mistakes, who seems flawless, is often the one people secretly dislike. Not openly, not obviously, but quietly, subtly, they attract resistance, envy, even silent opposition. Now, here's the uncomfortable truth. It's not your failures that make people turn against you. It's your perfection. Today, we're diving into one of the most counterintuitive laws from the 48 laws of power. Law 46, never appear too perfect. Welcome to Mind Hums, where ideas spark and curiosity hums. Because sometimes, the very thing you think is your strength is quietly working against you. Perfection looks powerful from the outside. Psychologically, it creates discomfort in others. Why? Because perfection triggers comparison. And comparison often leads to something much deeper, insecurity. When people see someone who seems flawless, they don't just admire them, they measure themselves against them. And if they fall short, that admiration slowly transforms into envy. Not the loud, obvious kind, but the silent kind. The kind that smiles at you while hoping you stumble. Take the case of Cesare Borgia. He was intelligent, strategic, and extremely powerful. But unlike many leaders who tried to appear invincible, Borgia understood something deeper about human nature. He didn't project perfection at all times. He allowed moments of vulnerability, small glimpses of humanity. And this did something powerful. It made his allies feel comfortable around him, less threatened, more connected. Because people don't fear someone who feels human. They fear someone who feels untouchable. There's a hidden pattern in human behavior. People admire perfection, but they connect with imperfection. Think about it. The people you truly like are rarely the perfect ones. They're the ones who laugh at their mistakes, who admit when they're wrong, who don't pretend to have everything figured out, because those people feel safe. And safety builds trust. But perfection builds distance. Here's where this law becomes powerful. This is not about becoming mediocre. It's not about lowering your standards. It's about managing perception. Because in the real world, power doesn't just come from what you are. It comes from how others feel around you. If your excellence makes people uncomfortable, they will resist you. But if your excellence feels human, they will support you. So how do you apply this without hurting your image? 1. Admit small mistakes, not major failures. Not things that damage your credibility, but small, relatable imperfections. It makes you real. 2. Show modesty after success. Success already speaks loudly. You don't need to amplify it. In fact, the more you downplay it, the more people respect you. 3. Let others win occasionally, not because they're better, but because it builds goodwill. And goodwill is a form of power. 4. Be approachable, not untouchable. People should feel like they can relate to you, not compete with you. But there's a critical line here. This law is not about pretending to be flawed. People can sense fake vulnerability. And once they do, you lose trust instantly. Also, never show weaknesses that make you seem incompetent. There's a difference between being human and being incapable. One builds connection. The other destroys credibility. Look around your own life. In your workplace, your social circle, even online. Who do people support? The perfect person or the relatable one? More often than not, people root for those who remind them of themselves, not those who remind them of what they lack. Here's the paradox. The more perfect you appear, the more isolated you become. The more human you appear, the more influential you become. Because influence doesn't come from intimidation alone. It comes from connection. So the next time you feel the urge to appear flawless, pause and ask yourself, am I trying to impress people or connect with them? Because in the long run, connection always wins. Thanks for letting your mind hum with us.